folks, Species7 here. Welcome back to Farm Sim 15 and welcome to the channel. If you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe. If you're returning, well, great to see you again. Today we are doing another map review, and this is the FSH modding map, version 5. We'll just have a little look. There you go. FSH modding map. So, and there's your credits to the fine folks that put it together, who I assume is the FSH modding team. Alright, there we go. So, let me tell you right up front, darn nice map. Kind of odd in some places, but darn nice map. So here's your spawn point, and oddly enough, it's not the farm. You actually spawn at the shop. So, let's introduce a little of our ginormous inheritance into the picture, shall we? There we go. Quick 3/4 of a mil. And do a few things. Well, I guess we'll have to. Alright, so we get the 4 different types of critters. So we do. And buy a couple of those. Alright, see where they are. And we'll buy a couple of those so we know where they are, etc, etc, etc. You guys know the routine. Usually I do this a bit before, but I actually deleted the game that I had saved here. And it's because there's a lot of those bouncy little help balls around, and they are incredibly helpful. Like pretty much every tip point on the map has been marked with one. So rather than make them all disappear and try and rely on my absolutely horrifying memory to get us through, I thought we'd just start from scratch. Oh look, there's one now. When you first get the map, Gamer just said, Hungarian environment landscape, more than enough fields. If you find the forestry more interesting, you can find 3 forests with special terrain, etc. So, very nice. You own everything right from the start on this map. Again, if that's a bother to you, I would suggest you load the Bank of Hagenstat mod. That will allow you to sell any fields you don't. Geez. I was just thinking, though, these fields aren't numbered. If we look at our map, yeah. So I don't know that that will even work in this situation, to be honest with you. I think the fields have to be numbered and defined by the map, so. But anyway, there's our first look at the map. It's not small, but reasonably easy to get around. Fairly sensible system. Not the best I've seen, but not bad either. Probably a little closer to reality. Let's grab ourselves a vehicle. And I don't know, let's just buy one of these. Okay. And it was kind of funny when I did my first run through of the map. Oops, there it is. Did my first run through of the map, I ended up having to buy 3 of these. Not because I left them in certain spots, I just, for some reason, wanted to keep crashing them into things. So, let's quickly here. Just get in here and adjust that. Let's turn plant withering off, and that'll do. Perfect. Alright, now when you do first get the map, oops, it comes in a RAR file, so you will need to use either WinZip or WinRAR to decompress it. The mods that are required, and according to the author, all of the mods that are required are included. So, once you unzip it and drag everything into your mod folder, you should be good to go. Alright, so where we are, let's have a look at the info panel first. There we go. You can see we get the standard plus lime and a sunflower. We also get, as you saw, pigs, beefs, chickens, etc. Now, I don't know that this young pig, young beef bit isn't just because of the type of trigger the guy might have used for the pigs or the map authors, because as far as I've been able to tell, these don't actually exist, nor is there any sale point for them. And as you can see, there's not a whole bunch of sale points. We do have the Hentis for the pigs themselves. Kellum and Roland, which will buy basically all of our grains. Kovacs Joseph, which oddly enough buys wheat and corn only. I don't know. Fussy booger, I guess. And then we've got the MAV, which is your heating plant. So, but that's it. That's all of our sell points. So really quite compact in that way. That's the usual. Anything weird there? No. Eggs are 22.80 a piece. That's about right. There's our map again. And as you can see, here's the main farm where we started with our little bit of gear. And here is our pickup. One thing I did notice on this map, if we go to this screen, okay, we've got a lot of stuff ready. But if we go to the what's what, yeah, this part's a little off because all of this, the blue, the corn, yeah, they didn't start us with any corn gear. Oh, as far as that goes, I guess that'll go for the sunflower as well, and there's a couple of big fields and a couple small ones up there. Yeah, we won't have the equipment to deal with those. So I'll either have to hope you got a rich granny like we do here and get our inheritance to roll in anytime we want, or, well, you're going to have to figure a way to come up with corn harvesting gear, because there's lots of it, and as you can see, they're not shy about having lots of crops ready either. So, busy map to start. There's our sheep, chicken, and cow, and if we skip over one, you'll see young animals. We've got pig, and nothing else listed. So I'm pretty sure that that is exactly as it appears, that those other two were simply a part of the trigger or a part of the script for the particular pig one that they used. Alright, so let's have a little look here in town, shall we? You've got a bank terminal over there. You've got your help phone there. And if we go a little further along, we should get to the shop. Which I believe would be this set of gates here. Alright, so you do need map door trigger. Unfortunately, the triggers are small enough that you will have to get out of your vehicle every time to operate them. So, if you're inside a yard, make sure you're a good 10 feet from the gate before you get out and hit that thing, or it'll just push your vehicle out of the way. So, we can buy our saplings here, I would assume. Sure, let's buy one, make sure that works. Okay, thank you. And hello? Huh. Alright. Well, it did say I could get them at the garden center. This isn't actually the garden center. So maybe they're simply there. And we will go by there, and if there's a pallet of trees sitting there, I'm going to think, well, that's kind of funny. So here we are. So you can buy your pallets there. Your seedlings, saplings, whatever you would like to call them. There we go. And next to that, we've got our gas station. And even this is going to tell you that, yeah, it is indeed a gas station. Do not smoke nearby. Always good advice. And I do like this, that everything is marked. Look at this, right? We get out here, we can see that, alright, we can sell wood planks from here. We can sell logs over here. And if we'd come down the other road, we would have actually gotten this greeting telling us that we can sell our logs and wood planks, etc. here. So, kind of cool. Ver5 back out the gate. Ooh, yeah, this is one of the issues I had. I hadn't realized first that these incredible things at the edges of the roads were actually ditches. I mean, look at these. Wow, man, those are real ankle breakers. Alright, over here we have the piggy sell point. So there you go. Got the doggy keeping watch on the big fat hogs. Hello, hoggy boy. Ooh, he's a nasty looking piggus. And then, yeah, they got that over there, which I think was a bit over the top. But there you go. Yeah, the butchered pig hanging there with a big pool of blood under it. So, yeah, alright, I know. A little more of the realism, but maybe a little more than we need in Farm Sim. Alright, so let's head back around the corner here, just to see what else there is to see. There we go. And here we have someone still buying corn and wheat at this house. Okay, this is that rather odd one that buys two rather disparate crops. Alright. Joseph, whatever the heck it was here. Kovac. Joseph Kovac, that was it. And over on this side, we can sell our milk and eggs. So, we got a milk tip point here. We got our eggaroo tip point there. And apparently we can pick up a couple of slabs of beer to take home with us as well. Nice. Alright. Okay, so if we look there, yeah, that was Kellerman Roland and Kovacs Joseph. So, let's head back out onto the road. Oh, this. One of my viewers was kind enough. I was always wondering why they had the signs crossed out. You know, why would you bother to make a sign and put a big red line through it, like it was like a no smoking sign? But apparently, what it is this is the way all the sign or all the town type signs work. Is if it has an arrow through it, you're leaving the town borders or confines. If it doesn't, you're entering them. So yeah, they just sort of let you know if you're coming or going. Which, yeah, I don't know. Here in Canada, they kind of leave that to your own devices. They figure you can figure it out before you've actually gotten all the way through the town and out the other side. So, here we are back on the main road. As you can see, some of these fields are not exactly tiny. Like if we look at where we are right now, that field in front of us, this one down here, look at that thing. That goes way, pretty much all of that brown you see down off into the distance, that's all this field. And they're not worker friendly. Not by any means. So you probably want to be throwing the old auto combine on this one, let me tell you. You probably do. Alright, let's follow this about. See where it takes us. So as you can see, the detailing on the map looks really good and fits really well. Here we've got our forestry area. At this point, after this point comes the forest with rough terrain. Just a tip, use heavy equipment like the Ponzi. Okie dokie. And if we head up here, and again, really nice the way this has been done. You know, this looks quite real. You know, it's not just some oddity of some odd building placed off on a nice flat parking lot in one corner of the map. You know, so here we go. You can store wood chips. We can buy some gasoline. It's a nice facility, actually. See what I mean? Like, these things do look really good. They look like they're here functional facilities. I mean, there's not a lot of people and stuff walking around, but considering the zombie-like movements of most of the stuff in FS13, that's probably not a bad thing. So yeah, rather a neat wood facility. If we pop over here, there you go, lumberyard. So this is basically a Maru sawmill right here. And over here, I would assume, what's this, chips maybe? Oh, light switch. Light switch for the lumber mill yard. Oh, very cool. And, ooh, that's great. Whatever that did, it's completely killed my frame rate. Yeah. Wow. Although I don't actually see any lights. I suppose at night they'd show up a little better. Alright, let's hit that again. And instantly the frame rate is back. That's odd, considering it didn't actually even make any graphical change to the... Oh well. So there you go. That's our little lumber area. And, oh, I didn't bring the truck, did I? I left it outside. But not there. Oh, okay, we're at the wrong gate. That's great. Alright, let's get on out of here. We can find our... Oh, what do we got? We almost missed one. What do we got here? Stationary hacker. Oh, this is just like what I put on Sosnovka. Very cool. It's the first time I've seen one of those actually incorporated into a map. Neat. Neat, neat, neat. Alright. Yeah, really cool. I do like this. It's well laid out. Alright, so let's continue on. I'll go ahead and turn around. Nice details too. Really nice. And not just extraneous stuff, but things you'd expect to find in each sort of a scenario is what you actually find. And no, I did not knock that sign over. It comes that way. I tried. I slammed into the other one 3 or 4 times. No, they don't knock over. So, collision. There is some. But as you can see, there is also some not. Yeah. So it's a little bit random as to what is and what isn't. So general rules apply. Keep your vehicle on the road. Alright, let's continue along here. And I say you've actually got a little bit of moving about to get from place to place, that's for sure. Pretty twisty little roads too. So yeah, if you're not a big fan of the whole driving thing, you're probably not going to be that big a fan of this map. Here we go. Stop here. And this is the pig yard. And apparently I can't jump. No. There we go. Into the pig yard we go. So, very cool. Lots of places for vehicles and storage. We've got the little bouncing balls tell us this is where we feed water. Over here, this is an actual water tower and a water station. So that's kind of cool. This is where you tip off your piggies. And as you see when we go over, we've got our happy roly-poly piggies. Hey, I said you were happy and roly-poly. Get on with the roly-poly bit. Come on. You know you wanna. Yeah, you'll do. Oh, there he goes. There we are. We're okay now. Our piggies are happy and roly-poly. So, oh, by the way, I want to say a big thanks to everyone that was leaving kind words about my missing cat. Unfortunately, Stewie has not come home. So, it's been just over a week now, and a little bit harsh out there, so not a good Christmas here at our house, I'm afraid. So, but anyway, like I said, thanks very much to all of you that left your kind comments and appreciated the fact that whereas some people might think, it's only a cat, there are those of us who become very attached to our little fuzzy friends. Alright, let's carry on here. I'm not going backwards here to me cause, am I? We can't actually... Yeah, we can't. We'd have to follow the railroad tracks. I don't think we actually can. The one thing a little bit dangerous about this, you see that train up there? Well, they do actually run trains on this map, so... you gotta be a little careful you don't get in the wrong... Oops, wrong place at the wrong time. Alright. Over here, there is a proper road entrance into here, of course. We have a place to sell wood chips, wheat and barley. We are, in fact, as you can see, at the MAV. Here we've got taters and sugar beets, or sugar beets and potatoes. Over here is the spot to sell our wool. As you can see, the woolly pallets. Excellent. And And what do we got? Whip. More tags here. Here you can sell wood planks. Excellent. And this one, I would imagine, would be logs. Here you can sell wood logs. Perfect. So there you are. It's a beautifully laid out map. Really, really nice. I like the way the sell points are set up. They may not be close or easy to get to, but boy, once you're there, they're certainly pretty darn self-explanatory. And like I said, they just bloody look good. You know, this looks like some sort of a freight yard. Oop. Yeah. And I hope I'm far enough away here, because these will open in. Oh, just, eh? Nice. Alright. So there we go. This is our industry yard, it's called. And let me guess. Oop, this is the light switch for the industry yard. I'm not going to turn it on. That last one just about crashed me to the floor, so we'll just sort of go with it. And here we have, and we look on our main mapo. Absolutely. Well, I guess maybe this is part of the map. Oh, a mini shop. Oh, here you can buy and sell important things. Okay. Well, there we are. We eventually managed to jump it. So we can buy pallets of seedlings here. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Oh, look at that. There it is. There's the pallet of seedlings we bought at that other place. Huh. What an unusual way to do it. Wow. Alright, back here. Wood chips. Out here. Lumber. Way over here. Wood logs. So, yeah, I mean, you can basically just pick your point and go sell and buy all your stuff there. You can get seeds and stuff here. And we can buy a lot of chaff. Or we can buy a bit of manure. Or a bit of liquid manure. There you go. Bits of manure and lots of chaff. Okay. That doesn't appear where I came in. Or appear to be where I came in, I should say. Did we come in through this side? Yes, we did. Jump the fence. Beautiful. Alright. Let's carry on, shall we? Oh, I see more bouncing balls in the distance. There we go. You can sell unnecessary bales. Okay, so this is just a hay bale drop-off point. Very cool. Don't think it's actually marked. Nope, not in particular. But that's alright. There are some fairly lengthy dirt roads on the map as well, and they are kind of, well, kind of fun to drive up and down, actually. Oh, there's a little patch of sunflowers. They're kind of fun to drive up and down because they are done with the just the appropriate amount of bumps and ruts and weeblies. So there you go, there's one beside us. But yeah, they are actually nicely done. Can always appreciate that. Okay, here we go. Sucas Farmer, Italian Super Mapper. Well, there we are. Okay, here we go. We are now, finally. Oh, you're not going to give me this one? Come on. This is your main farmyard. There we go. You can store your hardly harvested grains here, apparently. I don't know what hardly harvested is. Again, you got to get so close to these gates, and you can't do it from in your vehicle. But I guess that's kind of real too, isn't it? Alright, here we are. So, wheat storage. Well, they think you're going to get a bit of wheat, I think. In fact, they have pretty much separate storage for every grain. It has its own building on this map. Potatoes and sugar beets in that one. Again, animation map triggers included, but again, the There we go. The triggers aren't very big, so you might have to look around a little bit. So there you are. Just gigantic building for all of your different grains. And each of these, like around the other side of this building, it'll have a similar bubble telling us which grain fits in that building. So if we go around to this end, there we go, see? So there you are, rape storage. Over here we have the light switch for the farm, but it does not turn the grain storage lights on. Okay, so canola, corn, etc., etc. Each building contains just a single. So we get over here. This is where you can load them all back into your tippers. Sunflower storage. Over here we have sprayers and sewing machines. You can store some wood chips there. And over to this part we have barley storage. Here's our cows. Hello, cow. You wagging your tail and wiggling your ears like a good cow? Yes? Okay, good. Just want to make sure static cow disease has not run rampant upon this ranch as well. Hello, ladies. How are you all doing? Let's go check out your gear. Do-do-do-do. Water. Feed the cow. Oh, this is their feed the cows through tipping. Hey. Well. Well, apparently cow tipping's not as easy as they make it out to be. Alright, and here's our water. If we go over here, we'll find that indeed we have a milk trigger. We already found the sale point. And here's the fill point. And over here we can store grass and silage. There's another water tower, although this one is unmarked. What do we got here? Straw and maybe. Boop. Straw and chaff, indeed. Yeah, nice little pit to fill your poop. Do-do-do-do. Alright, here's our mixing machine. No stranger to the scene these days. Okay. So very nice. There's the main farm and the cow farm. Everything you need, as usual. And again, really nicely done. Very good looking farm, believable. That's, wow, bit extreme. Power comes in from nowhere and goes basically nowhere. Alright, so yeah, there is our main farm, and a darn nice one at that. I don't think I've ever seen a building for grain storage as big as this one, but okay. Just wheat, eh? Well, that's probably just to store that one field we were looking at. More than likely. Alright, I'm going to head up here now, and we'll go check out the rest of the big village. Reasonable starting gear, although like I said, with the amount of corn on the map and sunflower, you would have hoped you'd have gotten a header for one or t'other. As well, of course, there is root crops on the map, and I don't believe... Let's just have a look at what's in the garage. I don't believe they gave us anything for root crops. Generous enough with the tractors. We own 2 of the Dutes, one of those. Pretty much the starting equipment from the original map, I think. Although maybe even a little less. So yeah, for the amount of crops in the fields, they do start you a bit light on gear. Just a warning. Here we have the village itself, and as you can see, coming or going, you're gonna have fun in also yeah, this place. Eastern Huts and that's blah blah whatever. I'm sorry, I'm not even gonna try and hack that apart. Okay, here we are in the main town. This is where we basically started our little traversal of the map. So I'm gonna zip through here and take us out to the sheep farm. which has a couple of the final features on the map, as it were. This is really scary. This one here, this is the light switch for the entire village. Yeah, I think we'll just leave that alone, man. Just leave it alone. So, we don't have a forage wagon, but we do have lots of straw to pick up. Of course, that won't weather. And, yeah, I'd definitely turn weathering on this map, because it's going to become an issue. That just goes up to another field. Alrighty. Okay, now, I actually want to go this way. There we go. Ooh, that's a big field of sunflowers. Nice. Well, not that big, but bigger than the other one. And when we get all the way up here, and just open her up. And in we go. Kind of a neat area. Fuel. You get a weigh scale over there. Some storage. And we also have our sheeps. There you go. Here's our woolly crunchies. Hello there. And I believe, is it this building? Yeah, there it is. Here's where we pick up our wool pallets. And I don't know why these sheep are so fat, because here's their feeding trough. Tip a little grass. Oh, you guys are lucky. And the other one, we have to actually tip the cows. Here, we just got to give you grass. Happy sheep. Tip the sheep. And yet, their water, and this is where you see them parading back and forth. Did you get tired of it? Aw. But it's way the heck out the other side of the yard somewhere. Where are you going? Don't know? Okay. Well, there is a water trough somewhere here in the yard. But like I said, it's a heck of a long way. Here's their actual building. And I love this. Rather than build a gate, they just stacked a bunch of pallets or something up against the face of it. That's great. Same here. Eh? We'll just take a bunch of pallets and stack them up. I don't think that's hilarious. Oh, here we go. That's right. They got to go all the way from their food dish, which is way the heck up there. Then they got to come down here and trundle all the way across this field. It's a wonder a sheep put any weight on at all. To the water. Give them a little water. So there we go. And that's the sheep farm. Beyond that, like I said, there are some really neat dirt roads that will either shorten your distances between things or take you up into sections of forestry. And as you might expect from the rest of this, the forest is done rather well. Like it looks good, as opposed to, you know, maybe something that was put in by a Borg collective or something, as I've seen on some maps. Alright, let's find our shiny little wagon out of here. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. And with that, I think that's pretty much it, guys. I do believe that is all the features on the map. So all in all, I'd have to say this is one really, really nice map. Beautifully done. Again, FSH modding group. Great effort, guys. Great effort. This is certainly a spectacular... Uh-oh, we've run out of road. Oh well. Here we'll get to actually try out some of these dirt roads. Well, this one's kind of smooth, but... Oh no, you can see it's still bumpy. But not to the point where it's throwing you in the air like some of them do. But there you go. So yeah, that's been our look at the farm. Oh, did we miss a bouncy? Oh, out here, this is our own cattle farm. We have already been here, but apparently... Oh, I missed one of the bouncies. That tells us these are silage pits. There you go. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed our review of FSH Modding version 5. Awesome map. I can highly recommend this one. Seems to play well enough. I might leave those light switches alone. They do seem to precipitate a little bit of a frame issue. So, but to be expected, I'm not exactly running a hot dog of a machine. So, hope you enjoyed. Till next time, guys, please leave a like. Feel free to share and favorite and all that YouTubey happiness. And as I said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It would help out a lot. Till next time, guys, take care of each other and get out of here. Ciao for now. I'm stuck. Hey, let's turn all the lights on, see if I can crash my computer. Ooh, a ladder to the roof. Do-do-do-do. Upsie. Well, this is good.